And she went, yeah. And I says, does that make you feel less or more resourceful? She said, more resourceful. So all we're doing is playing with submodalities in this process. What we're moving on to now is to changing a belief in a logical way. So if you turn to page 35 in your manuals, this is really stacking the deck big style, because the process here is you're going to think of a limiting belief, and that will be structured in a certain way, submodality. So you will elicit the limiting belief and get the submodalities. There may be some content. That's what you'll do. Break state. And then you're going to elicit, what is it that you used to believe that you don't believe now? You're going to elicit the submodalities for that. You're then going to map those across. So that's like, that could be change in itself. What you're then going to do is do another map across, but this time it's going to be, what's the belief that you want to have? And then, what do you believe is absolutely true? You're then going to map that across to the belief that you want. So who would, anybody like to go through this process with this technique? So what is your limiting belief?
I won't do well in my exams.
Okay. So do you really want to change that? Okay. Do you really have that belief?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Okay. So that'll be a good one to work with if you want. Yeah. Okay. So do we have Natalia to? Oh, you there? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's it. Go. Yeah. So first of all, we're going to elicit the limiting belief. We will turn it round, but just so that I can see as well. So we're on this page, 35. So I'll go through it step by step. What you are observing is you're calibrating to summer. Summer.
Sorry, it's pronounced like the season's just spelled really weirdly.
Summer.
Yeah.
Okay, summer. So you'll be calibrating to summer in each step of the way. You'll be listening for keywords, analog marks. You'll be observing me. What is it that I do? How do I connect? When do I connect? When do I not? So we're going to go through the process. So first of all, it says, can you think of a limiting belief about yourself that you do not wish to have? In your case, it is,
I won't do well in my exams.
I won't do well in my exams. Okay, could you just write that down at the top there? Yeah, yeah. Okay, I won't do well in my exams. So, what I'd like you to do, Summer, is close your eyes would be a good thing, and I want you to get comfortable. And what I want to invite you to do is to get an internal representation that represents I won't do well in my exams. So I want to first of all ask you, what is it that you can see? Are you looking through your own eyes, or can you see yourself? And I want you to give me the qualities of whatever it is that you can see.
Is this like colours or like a situation?
So what can you see?
Just me sitting in front of a whole load of papers.
So you can see her, you can see someone.
I can see my papers.
So you're looking through your own eyes.
Yeah.
Okay. And as you're looking at the papers, how big is the picture?
It's not really a picture. I'm kind of in the situation.
Okay, so it's like a real situation, it's all around.
Yeah.
Okay. And is it bright, is it dim, or?
Kind of bright. The lamp's on, so it's all artificial lighting.
Okay. Is there any movement in the picture?
Yeah. It's basically me trying to look through my books.
Okay. So there's some movement in the picture.
Yeah.
Is there any other qualities to the picture?
What do you mean?
Well, anything else apart from the certain lighting, the movement, the fact that you're looking through your own eyes?
No.
Okay. So as you're looking at that, I want you to tell me if there's any sounds associated with that as you're looking at the papers.
Just silence.
Silence. And is it silent all the time? It's just no noise?
My dog's walking around every now and again, so just her tapping of her claws on the floor.
And is that quiet or loud or?
It's noticeable.
So there's some noticeable noise.
Yeah.
Okay. The fact that it's a dog and it's tapping is content, but there's some noticeable noise.
Yeah.
Now, as you're listening to that and you're looking at all the papers and it's all around, I want you to pay attention to feelings that are associated with that summer. I want you to tell me how you're experiencing that.
It's just kind of like a feeling of overwhelm.
And where's that feeling of overwhelm?
Like
In
in
your
my
chest?
chest, a little bit in my stomach.
Okay.
It's just
Are those two connected or are they separate?
separate.
Okay, so the feeling in your chest, what size and shape is that?
It's flat and it's quite broad, so it's right across my chest.
So it's right across your chest and it's flat and broad.
Mm-hmm.
Does it have a temperature, a colour, or a smoothness, a texture?
It's pretty smooth.
It's smooth.
Doesn't really have a colour.
So is it see-through?
It's just kind of, it's colourless, but it's not see-through.
Okay, so it's colourless.
Yeah.
And this feeling in your stomach?
It's kind of like a knot of butterflies.
Okay. So it's like a knot of butterflies.
Yeah.
Does that have a colour, a texture? Is it moving? Is it still?
It's a whole load of squirming type of coloured madness. There's loads of different colours.
Okay. Loads of different colours?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not going to name the colours, I'm just going to use her words. She knows. I just want you to feel that now, Summer. I want you to feel that feeling in your chest. I want you to intensify that as you look at the papers, and there's a little bit of sound every now and again. You got that? Okay, so I'm going to invite you to open your eyes. Good, how are you doing? Very good. Did you know that Ericsson used to wear a thong? It's a lie, I just made it up. Just a British thing. It's a nice thought.
I don't know about that.
Is it? No, it's not. Is it?
What's in your mind?
Yeah, do you know what? I need help, so I might do this exercise or something. So what we're going to do now is we're going to ask you, Summer, for a belief that you used to believe, but you don't believe now. So, for example, it could be Juan Carlos mentioned Santa Claus, which obviously he is real, but for some people they may used to have believed, but they don't believe now. Or you may have believed that at some time you were 16, but you're not now. But what would that belief be for you? Something you used to believe, Summer, but you don't believe in now.
Tooth fairy probably. I was pretty upset when I found out the tooth fairy wasn't real.
Really?
Yeah.
The tooth fairy is not real, but you used to believe that. Okay, so we can use that. So what I want you to do is, again, go inside, and however that belief represents itself, I want you to just relax and get an internal representation of whatever the tooth fairy is for you, however that's represented. And first of all, I want you to tell me what you can see.
At 4 years old.
Can you see Summer as 4-year-old, or are
Yeah,
you
I
looking?
can see through.
So you can see Summer, so you disassociated. Tell me what else you can see.
Just sleeping with Keith under my pillow.
Under her pillow.
Yeah.
So tell me about the picture. Is it all around, or is it smaller? Is it located in a certain place?
It's kind of like a straight down type of thing. So there's nothing either side of it, but I can just see.
Ah, it's just a straight down picture.
Yeah.
And as you look at the picture, is there any movement in the picture?
It's kind of like a repetitive video.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It doesn't have to make sense to me, but it's kind of like a repetitive video. Is there any colour in the picture?
Just black and white.
It's black and white. So as you're looking at that, Summer, I want you to pay attention to any sounds that may be present and tell me about them.
There's no sounds.
There's no sounds at all.
Actually.
Now as you're looking at that, her in the bed with that straight down, I want you to pay attention to any feelings that are associated with that as you're looking and hearing that silence. What are the feelings that are associated with that?
Excited.
And where do you feel that excited feeling?
Again, in the stomach. Butterflies again, the good type.
Okay, so these good type of butterflies, how big is that feeling?
It's pretty big. It's like a big ball of just butterflies like in my stomach.
Okay. And is the movement, is there a texture, a temperature?
There's no temperature. It feels a lot lighter.
So it feels lighter?
Yeah.
Okay. It's like a big ball of butterflies. Okay, so I just want you to experience that, intensify that, be aware of any sounds that are not there, and the picture. It's black and white, straight down. Okay, you can open your eyes when you're ready. Good. So we've got two different sets of submodalities with some very clear distinctions. One's colour, all around. Another one's black and white, straight down. One's associated, one's disassociated. One's got a little bit of noise, the other's got no noise. Okay? So what we're going to do now is just identify the ones that are different. So,
Flag.
well, I can see the black and white, the shape of the picture straight down, disassociated, repetitive video. Now, repetitive video is not a submodality, but when I asked her for more clarity on that, she knows what that means, so I'm going to use that, but it's not a submodality, but it's attached to something that she found how to describe. Auditory, no sound, that's different, so we'll ring that. The stomach, virtually everything in the kinesthetics were different. So what I'm going to ask you to do now, Summer, is go back to the picture where you can see the exam papers, and it's all around. There's the artificial lighting, and there's movement in the picture. There's a little bit of silence, but there's some noticeable noise. And I want you to get that flat feeling in your chest, and that feeling in your stomach. And flat feeling is colourless, and it's like there's loads of butterflies in your stomach. And I just want you to experience all of that. Just let me know when you've done that. Okay. So now what I want you to do is I want you to make the picture so it's straight down, it's not panoramic. Let me know when you've done that. And what I want you to do is, I want you to make it black and white. And what I'd like you to do as well is, I'd like you to, however you can, I want you to see Summer in that picture, so that you're looking at her in black and white, where she is, but the picture's straight down, it's not panoramic. Just let me know when you can see her. You can see her? So what I want you to do now is to let go of any sound, so it's silent. But you can see Summer in that black and white picture with it straight down. Yeah? Now what I'd like you to do with that feeling that's in your chest, that's colourless, that goes right across, I just want you to let that go. Very good. And now what I want you to do with that butterfly feeling, I want you to change it into a different butterfly feeling. Make it a little bit bigger, as big as you need to make it so that it's different. And I want you to make it lighter. Make it like it's a big bowl of butterflies. And I want you to do whatever else you think would be really good with it. And if there's anything you want to do with the picture, you can do that as well. But pay attention to that feeling. And you can see Summer there in that black and white picture. Yeah? So, I'm going to invite you to open your eyes, but as you're there now, looking at all that, I just want you to check in with yourself and ask yourself if you believe anything different now as you're experiencing that feeling and you're looking at Summer in that black and white picture that goes down, it's not panoramic. I just want you to check in with yourself and ask yourself if anything's changed or what's different. And then you can open your eyes.
I feel slightly more motivated to work. I revise a bit more, but I still feel a little bit doubtful, if that makes sense.
Okay, that's
So-
fine. So, has it changed a little bit? Would it be fair to say? Right, okay, so we're not, so I'm satisfied that from the client's feedback, something's changed. So we'll get a new piece of paper. And now, did you get that chance? Was he in a trance? She just said, because she did not believe, now she has doubts. Charles, yeah. Yeah, okay. So now, it's the different belief,
Yeah.
the one you want. So the old belief, but now you've got doubts. The old belief was, I actually forget what it was, what I won.
I will do well in my exams.
Okay. Now, did she say that differently? She said it a lot
Yes, it
faster.
did.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Expression.
I wonder what it is. So, what's the opposite of that?
I will get 3 A stars in my exams.
Oh.
Right, hold the bus, right. It's an improvement, but for me, it's almost like if we were getting married and I said, I will take this woman to be my lawful wedded wife. She raised her tone a little bit, which would sometimes suggest that there's a question or a bit of uncertainty. If she said, I will get 3 A stars in my exam, lowering the tone is more of a, it's a different thing. You could just try that.
I will get 3 A stars in my exams.
Try again.
I will get 3 A stars in my exams.
Good. Is that different?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I want you to do is say that in your head. I will get 3 A stars in my exam. Just say it, repeat it. And I want you to close your eyes and I want you to allow your unconscious someone to bring up an internal representation that's attached to you hearing your voice, I will get 3 A stars in my exam. Just tell me what you can see.
Is it like a situation or just how my feelings look?
Well, tell me how your feelings look.
It's a lot of happiness.
Okay,
and
so how does that happiness look? Is it a picture? Is it bright? Is it a colour? Is it a situation?
I think the situation's probably me opening the results on the day.
Okay, so let's change the thing from probably.
Okay.
Is it or isn't it?
It is.
And can you see her or are you looking through your eyes?
Looking through my eyes.
Okay, so I want you to look through your eyes and tell me how big the picture is, or are you in it?
In it.
You're in it.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's panoramic.
Mm-hmm.
And is there any colour and movement?
Everything's colour and movement.
Everything's colour and movement. Is there any sound?
There's sound, but it's more background noises.
So there's background noise.
Yeah.
And is that intermittent, constant?
Constant.
Okay, so there's some constant background noise. Is there any internal noise?
The fact that I'm opening the
Okay.
envelope and everything, that's more significant than ever.
Okay. So I want you to pay attention to the feelings associated with that picture and those sounds. And I want you to tell me someone where you're experiencing those feelings that are associated to you will get 3 stars, A stars in your exams. Tell me where the feelings are.
Everywhere. Mainly probably in the stomach.
So they're everywhere, but mainly in your stomach. Okay, so I want you to get in touch with those feelings everywhere and mainly in your stomach, and I want you to tell me if there's a temperature to that.
No, it's no
Okay.
temperature.
Is there a colour associated with all that?
No.
So is it, how would you describe it to me, that feeling in your stomach and everywhere?
Just.
Okay, that's fine. You know what it is.
Yeah.
So it's just whatever. So I want you to feel that now, especially in your stomach. And I want you to hear, and I want you to notice what you can see. That internal representation that means that you are going to get 3 A stars in your exam. Okay. So you can open your eyes. Good. Okay, so we had different physiology, we got some submodalities. She actually gave quite a bit away. She said, do you want me to sit? Do you want me to show you how my feelings look? So there's like a bit of a synesthesia with look and feel. Right. So now, something that's absolutely true for you, what would that be? A belief that you've got that's absolutely true.
I go to school.
Okay, so she raised the voice. What we're looking for here is congruence within the body. So I go to school. I'm not feeling that. So I'm saying no, we can't have that. I want something that you absolutely believe to be true.
That is true.
But it's not true to, your body's not, so I'm not going to accept that yet. What else is absolutely true for you?
I have a mum.
Okay, now where did she search for that? Inner kinesthetics. So is that true that you have a mum?
Yeah. Yeah. Do you sit around?
So, do you get on with your mum?
Yeah.
Okay. Does your mum want you to do well?
Yeah.
Okay. So, is that sufficiently empowering, I believe, that I've got a mum?
Yeah.
With the belief, I have a mum,
Yeah.
I want you to close your eyes. I want you to trust your unconscious to give you an internal representation somewhere that means to you that you have a mum. I want you to tell me, first of all, what you can see.
Can't really see anything.
Okay, so if you can't see anything, what is it that you can see?
Nothing really. Just
So what colour is that? Nothing.
it's blank. Just
Is it white blank? Is it black blank? Is it?
black blank.
It's black blank. Okay. Is it big?
It's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
Yeah.
Are you looking through your own eyes?
Yeah.
So you're looking through your own eyes and it's just black. Is there any sounds attached to that?
Just her shouting at me.
Is that loud?
It's backgroundish.
It's backgroundish.
Yeah.
Okay. So the content is that someone's shouting,
Not
but
in a bad way.
but that's content is. So she's shouting. Now, as you're experiencing that black all around and that background noise that's not in a bad way, tell me about the feelings that are associated with all that.
I always feel quite cocooned.
Okay. How do you feel cocooned?
Just really warm
Really warm. Where do you feel warm?
everywhere.
So you feel really warm everywhere.
Mhm.
And anywhere specifically, or just really warm everywhere?
It's almost like a cocoon of warmth.
Okay. So I'm just going to go for that because that. So I want you to feel that warmth, that really warm feeling, just like as if you are in a cocoon and it's black. Yeah? And you can hear background noise. Okay? Okay. So whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes. Very good. Okay, so she's used the metaphor of a cocoon. She's used the feeling of really warm. There is some background noise, but it's not bad. And it's all black. Now, at a form level and a metaphoric level, that would suggest something to me. So, we're going to map across now to you will get 3 stars in your exams. Your voice, I will get 3 stars in my exams. So I want you to go back to that picture where I think you said that you were looking through your eyes and there was an envelope and it's coloured and it's moving. And there was some constant background noise. And there was a feeling everywhere, but mainly in your stomach. And it was just, you knew what that meant. Can you feel that? So I want you to just feel that and look at that picture that you can see, that movement. And what I want you to do is, I want you to make everything, for the moment, black. And I want you to hear some background noise that's a little louder. And what I want you to experience is that feeling that's everywhere and mainly in your stomach. It starts to change and you feel really warm. And it's like you're in a cocoon and you're really warm. Just tell me when you've got that feeling. So you're really warm, you're in a cocoon, and it's black. You're looking through your eyes, and you can hear some background noise, but it's good. Now, you do have a mum, and in order to have a mum, certain things need to happen that involve a lot of belief and a lot of work. And the same type of things need to happen if you're going to get 3 A stars. Because you've come a long way in your life. And your mum has played a big part in that. But taking your exams is down to you. Your mother cannot carry you anymore. It's up to you. But you know what it's like to be really warm in like a cocoon. Because at some stage, Summer, you deep down unconsciously know how that feels. Now, whatever you want to decide about studying, about learning, about getting 3 A stars, I don't know how that's going to affect your life, but I can imagine that it may affect, in a very nice way, your mum's life. 3 A stars. So I don't know what you can decide now unconsciously so that you can get 3 A stars. And I don't know if, as you're deciding that, you can imagine opening the envelope. I don't know when you're taking your exams. when you feel cocooned and really warm, that's a good state to be in to decide that you will get 3 A stars. Is that different to how you felt before?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that a good thing?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
Very good. Okay, so thank you very much. Okay, so that was the process. The content that Summer gave, we're not going to read too much into the form or the metaphor. There's certain points, when it's something that's absolutely true, you would want to feel it from the person. You'd want it to be real. So if they say, oh yeah, blah, 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 yeah, they're not saying it with their body. If they involve a parent, a mum, it's like, well, okay, we'll go with that. Now if you think about it, the limiting belief, when a person starts to think about that and open the files on that, whatever they then subsequently do in this process, to some degree, they will be attached to that, because they've opened the file on that. Now, we're not going to read too much into the metaphors that we use or the words that we use, but we did see an individual go through a process where initially they said a certain sentence, which was a limiting belief, and then just by shifting elements of submodalities, going into a little different state, they then came out the other end saying something different quite congruently. That's the process.